What's up, everybody?
My name is Anthony Irvin.
You beat yourself?
Yeah,
okay.
CB myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Jim Green. Don't even need to hit a fucking traffic light.
Okay, good.
Welcome to
One set.
What's Up,
What's
everybody?
up, everybody?
What's going on? Welcome back to the One Set Podcast. For those of y'all tuning in for the first time, my name is Anthony Irvin. I'm here with my best bud, Jim Green. What's going on, man?
It is WrestleMania week, and let's talk about it.
I'm like excited, but like you said last week, just get me to WrestleMania, dude. After tonight, I'm like, just get me to the matches.
Yeah. Yep. After Friday, I was on my way home from work Friday. Like, I am pulling for them to have a solid SmackDown. Like they could
Right.
really, really use one. Like, especially after the Pat stuff the week before, I was like, all right, they got to give us something
Yeah.
big to make us feel like this is muy importante. All right.
Mhm.
So,
But they
and
gave
then-
us 25% off ticket sales, which was like, I looked at this at the numbers and I'm like, it's all right, but I'm like not really pulling much to be like, ooh, let me buy this now.
They gave 25% off for Saturday night, and Pat McAfee basically buried night 2, by the way.
Yeah,
I just
that
want to
was
say, like,
quite the thing to say, only for Saturday night. And supposedly I heard that there was a glitch in the Ticketmaster, that they were saying that they were putting 25% off, but they added 25% to the tickets. So I'm like, whew, that's like TKO kind of saying, like, you know what, just do a little shimmy, just say it's 25% off, and then just put 25% extra onto them, just so we can get that little residual. Before we get into this, I know we got a couple people watching tonight. I just want to let you know that we are obviously live. We're going to be giving our match predictions tonight, and we want to hear from the live audience. Make sure you're putting in the comments your predictions tonight. We're going to go over all the matches from night 1 and night 2. We're probably going to go over a little bit of SmackDown and Raw for the first couple minutes, but yeah, let us know in the comments. Talk amongst yourselves, and we'll be picking and talking from people inside the chat. So let's get to it, man. Let's either start SmackDown, Raw. I know we have our little cues, but let's get this going.
Yeah, SmackDown. Best part of SmackDown was Danhausen in-ring debut with Kit Wilson, right? It's like, how is this the best part of SmackDown? How is this the best part?
It's insane how it's just been like Danhausen, Jelly Roll, and IShowSpeed, like all the celebrities. Like it's just been a takeover of the celebrity role of WrestleMania for the last couple weeks. And
how are they the highlights this close to WrestleMania? What a slap in the face of the talent, mind you, that they can't create compelling stuff to make this. 4 weeks ago, I was like, okay, it's on like Donkey Kong. We are on the road to WrestleMania, and then they just rolled over and died, man. Like I don't know. I'm just not feeling it.
I feel like the last 2 weeks have just kind of taken a tumble. Like we were all for like being like, okay, we're getting like some good builds, we're getting some good action, and then something just went haywire, and now it's like we're back to like, what are we doing? We're obviously we're still gonna watch, we're still gonna be watching the whole weekend, but it's like, just get me to Saturday and Sunday at this point. Like I was expecting a lot better from, we were saying last week, we're hoping SmackDown this past week was going to be better than the following week. And I felt, especially with Pat, that I didn't get to see much of his promo from the week before. So I felt seeing this one this past week was, I can't really say better, but, it was okay. But then you can definitely feel like some of it was forced. But he's getting a decent amount of like good heat, but I don't know. It just makes you a little cringe to be hearing what he's saying too on the same end.
Well, from what I read, they pitched it to him, and he initially turned it down, and then they offered him way more money, and he was like, "All right, fine." Like, so
okay,
his yeah, okay, bueno. Like that to me just screams like his heart is not in this, right? Like he is just doing this for the payday. This is your WWE Championship match at WrestleMania, people. Like this is what we're getting. This is what they're giving us, right? So I'm looking at these 13 matches right now confirmed. There is still. Let's just leave it right here. There are 13 matches right now as of Monday night, April 13th. 13 matches for WrestleMania 42, and there are 3 of them with good builds.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say good builds, I'm talking Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu has had it's been a very developed story to get us to their match.
Right.
Let's have at it. Rip each other apart, and I'm stoked for it. Obviously, okay. Stephanie Vaquera and Liv Morgan, they have not had nearly as much time on Mondays. Like sometimes 45 seconds, get out there and just beat the crap out of each other.
Yeah.
And Jade and Rhea have had all the time in the world on SmackDown, plenty of time.
Yeah.
And like just not interested in that one. It's
definitely feel with the small amount of time that Liv and Steph has been getting, they've been, putting all they can. If they just go out there for a minute, they put their all in for that minute. And,
Did you get to see Liv tonight?
Yes. So that's what made me feel this way tonight. Like I expected, obviously, the fact that they're gonna, go out and get what they, they're gonna go out and get their
shine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're gonna get their time, and they did what the go home show was supposed to do to make us feel like, get us to the match, let's go. Like I was like, ooh, they took us to that final step. That's like, okay, I am ready for this match. Like it's like this is heated, and the pull away felt like it was supposed, like the officials breaking them up. I was like, okay, this feels not like, oh, they're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Right. And of course, Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, like that match, like it has the perfect build.
They can do less, and I would still be on board for it. Like
it sells itself. So
I mean, if anything, this was like the most coolest down that they've had been, and
because they pulled them out separately. Yeah.
Yep.
They kept them away from each other. I like what they did with them tonight. If we're talking about Mania overall, this build is just, like if I had to rate this build, it was nothing like at one point. Okay, so like right after the chamber, we were like, okay, they hit the gas. They are clearly using the chamber as we are doing this. Like we are on the road to WrestleMania, making us feel like, okay, like buckle in, we are going. And like there have been just like here and there some redeeming qualities that I'm like, okay, this is good stuff. And I just feel like the last 2 weeks, I'm like, if I had to guess, the frustration within creative towards TKO stepping in is showing in like what we're watching on screen for the
Yeah.
episodes of Raw and SmackDown
Mm-hmm.
is that they're all just like throwing their hands up, like they're over it. They're like, just get us to WrestleMania.
Yep.
Let's get through this one
Start
and
over
start over.
hopefully Monday it's just like a new slate, new stories, and just kind of build from there. Just I don't know, and that's what I was thinking too. The fact that maybe they're just doing this and just starting fresh Monday, and they're waiting for like the bombs and everything to explode next Monday or something, because tonight was not like it did not feel like a go home show for to start off WrestleMania week.
All right, let's get right. I mean, we could go through SmackDown and Raw and stuff, and maybe as we're going through the predictions, we can kind of backtrack to that.
Cool.
Like, let's just do it that way.
Yeah.
WrestleMania Saturday, opening the show on ESPN2. We have our 6-man tag match between the Usos and LA Knight versus Division in Austin Theory and Logan Paul with iShowSpeed. I gotta say, like, I'm not totally invested in this match, other than I am glad that they got LA Knight on the card.
Yes.
And like they put them all together in a match and said, this is the best solution we have, and I'm fine with it. Okay, like I'm all right with it. Like you said last week, better than giving us LA Knight versus Brock Lesnar. Thank God they didn't do that. So I feel like the Usos and LA Knight are going to get the win here. Just either iShowSpeed is going to turn on Division because he never asked for this to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they like tonight they showed like a pre-taped vignette of Theory and Logan Paul like working iShowSpeed in the ring to train him up, type of thing.
Yeah, I did see
that. To make the audience feel like, okay, like he's getting ready for the match at Mania. I'm like, okay, like obviously to us, we know that they wouldn't put him in the match if he hadn't already been training, right?
Yeah, and they've showed him working with Randy over the last couple months too. So he's obviously had some type of in-ring practice with some of the wrestlers, and obviously this being his first official match. But I'm going to agree that I think it's going to be more saying that the Usos and LA Knight get this, because it's obviously not a championship match, but the card kind of falls more on getting LA Knight and the Usos to win, because LA Knight needs a win, whether it's with somebody else or by himself. He needs all the wins at this point. So
and
I'm
it just it doesn't bode well to open WrestleMania weekend and have the heels win anyway. It doesn't get the crowd excited, right? Like, so you need the audience going yeet crazy. You need them doing the chants just to get them hot.
Yeah.
Either iShowSpeed turns on Division or iShowSpeed gets absolutely demolished and just eats the pin. Like that. Either one of those works for me. I don't think Logan Paul is not eating the pin. And I don't think Theory needs to. If they have Speed in there, like, just let him eat the pin. Let him eat a BFT. Let him eat a 1D. Let him eat both. Like, it, like, it's fine. I mean, clearly,
for sure,
he's getting those spots, especially after the spear he got from Braun Breaker at the Royal Rumble last year. Like, if nothing more, let's move on to the next one. Like, because that's just where I'm at with it. Like I said, like, match is fine. It'll be a cool opener. I'm just more excited that those guys are on the card.
Same. I agree.
Also, in the first hour on ESPN2, they are giving us the Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu match. I am pulling for this match to be beyond stellar. Like, I have high hopes for the match just because I love the both of them. I think Drew McIntyre has earned his stripes towards the top of the card, like in the main event scene. They just had the title on him. I know we were very on board with like, okay, just make the WWE Championship match Randy and Cody 1-on-1, because having Jacob and Drew McIntyre in a fatal 4-way makes that title match feel way less important across from CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Now you have Pat McAfee, and obviously Jelly Roll's going to get involved in there too. And I'm like, maybe they should have just went with the freaking fatal 4-way match and gotten Drew and Jacob in there. And like,
they should have just listened to us, dude.
Because now your WWE Championship match is main eventing night 1, and I hope it's very like, I have zero good expectations for this match, and they do something to make me feel like, okay, wow, that was actually very good. And if not for nothing, hopefully it's just save it for when we get there. Okay. I do have Jacob Fatu winning this match.
Drew
McIntyre
Fatu as well.
Drew McIntyre is going to film Highlander, so this is a good way to write him off TV in an unsanctioned match. They're going to do some crazy stuff. I have read, and I can't take credit for thinking this on my own, but they don't like to make matches feel very violent when they're like Saturday Night Main Event matches, for instance. Like, those shows are very just cut and dry wrestling matches, right? Yeah. So I'm not expecting there to be like a ton of blood in this match.
But I'm definitely expecting a brawl for sure.
Yeah. It's got to be something that is high in entertainment, that's supposed to attract the ESPN viewers to go sign up for the ESPN app to be able to watch the rest of WrestleMania. Like, that is the intention here, right?
Definitely.
I guess I Show Speed in the 6-man tag matches is because he's a big YouTuber and has a large audience in that regard. Like, you're probably going to get some signups from him. I mean, my one friend at school commented on our one Instagram post. Shout out to Greg. He was like, dude, I'm so stoked for I Show Speed at Mania. Don't even know if Greg like watches wrestling like that, but like, just the fact that I know a lot of the guys in my class at school grew up in the YouTuber era and know like most of them. So he is gonna pull eyes to the product. So
nonetheless, like we talk about the fact that, you're using celebrities that get some pull. You'll get some people, just the fact that, they have their pull from their own audiences. So you're going to get a little bit of viewership, but the fact that, it's not a fact that people are going to be buying tickets to see them live. They'll watch it through like their own ways of watching it. I'm not sure if I Show Speed is going to be, doing any type of live streaming that night for it. I would assume that would be something he could benefit from, but I'm sure they would have their own resources of having their own fans watch if they're not going to be buying tickets to the actual event.
Sure. Jacob Fatu has to win this match. There is no reason for Drew McIntyre to win it. It's not going to hurt him any. I am interested to see, once Drew goes on hiatus to go film Highlander and comes back, where he's going to go from here. Like, is he just going to go back into the title picture? I guess that just depends what the title picture looks like. I would imagine it's still Randy Cody for the next few months.
Right.
But we'll get there when we get there. Let's get to the middle of this Saturday card. Let's start with this women's fatal 4-way tag match for the women's tag team championships.
Pass.
We have pass.
But
so let's talk about this real quick, okay? So apparently they've been holding off on this Asuka and Io Sky match because Nikki Bella apparently has an injury going on to her ankle, like suffered a pretty bad injury on SmackDown a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they are holding off on pulling them out of the match until like the last, like Nikki Bella is obviously they brought Brie Bella, like they gave Brie Bella money to come back for them to tag, for them to get in this match, which to me seems to indicate that the Bella Twins are supposed to win the tag titles here. Okay. That being said, they are waiting to shoehorn the Kabuki Warriors into their spot if Nikki Bella cannot do WrestleMania.
Yeah, if she can't go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's been the big holdup on not making the Io and Asuka one-on-one match a thing. It's like, I guess by Friday night SmackDown, it's like, okay, Nikki, we got to know because like your match is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if Nikki is good to go, like at this point,
like, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Like, give us an answer. We need to know. At this point, we are the biggest Nikki Bella fans in the world because we want the Bella Twins in this match so that Io Sky can get on the WrestleMania card. Because, like, seriously, when you think about WrestleMania 41, the best match of Saturday and the best match of Sunday, they are both the triple threat matches. Saturday being the main event triple threat between Reigns, Rollins, and Punk, and Sunday being the opener match between Rhea and Io and Bianca Belair. Okay, How in the world do you not have Io Sky on this WrestleMania card? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, she's a good worker. She's good. She's good in the ring. Yeah, I think that's just going to be one of their last minute pulls, depending on how that situation goes. And yeah, I don't know how they are just not being like, if you're not able to work within, by midweek, we got to go do this because we can't, force this to go another couple weeks without going on Mania first. But, money talks. So if they're trying to, get this to work for the Bellas, if they're supposed to win like you were mentioning, then, but if they do, it depends on how, even if Nikki does, compete, how well is she going to do in that match and how well will she be after if they do decide to go with them actually winning. So,
I mean, to me, it's if her injury is that bad and they brought Brie Bella back just so that they could get the titles, they could win the titles on Saturday and then drop them next week. Like, that's fine.
That is true.
That's fine.
To say they got them.
Just to say that they got them for their, Hall of Fame legacy, to be able to say, oh, we came back and won the Women's World Championships. Like, they are
cares?
Not. Who cares? Yeah. So that being said, who do you have winning this match?
I honestly wasn't even thinking Brie. I was thinking Lyra and Bayley.
Yeah,
because something with them has been, they've been really hyping them up as well. So I think if not the Bella Twins, I think Bayley and Lyra finally get this because they've both been needing some type of resolvement with them. Are they, good together? Are they splitting up? I think if they're keeping them together, this is their moment to just be like, okay, we're a team, we're a thing, we need to win this thing.
Yeah, I think also they need to throw Bayley a bone from yanking her from last year's Mania.
From last year. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah. So we're both going with Bayley and Lyra here. I mean, if the Bella Twins get it, no surprise. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If the Irresistible Forces retain, okay. If Charlotte and Alexa win it, okay.
I'm okay with that. I mean,
just like I don't have a giant. I'm glad that the women's tag team championship has a match on WrestleMania
Yes.
because a year ago that division was complete shite, right? Like,
Yes.
so
at least they're getting their spotlight this year. So,
yeah.
That's good. But yeah, Bailey and Lyra are in my book for winning that one.
All right, let's move on to let's talk about it. So earlier I had texted you and I was like, "Do you have your predictions?" And you're like, "Yes and no." And you're like, "Do you?"
Yes and no.
And yes and no. And I was like, "Yeah, I have them, but I think the one that I'm wrestling with the most is the match that I care about the least." And you were like, "Randy and Cody." It in fact is the AJ Lee and Becky Lynch match. All right. So that was the match that I was referring to earlier on.
Yeah, that's your Damian Priest match.
And the fact that Priest isn't even on Mania, somehow you got lucky here.
Good.
And I
good.
Very good.
Very good.
Very evil.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those other matches I feel to just get it over with. I mean, I don't really care who wins that one at this point.
Right, but if we had to analyze it, which again, it's like, do we really care to? Let's do the thing and say what happens if AJ Lee wins. The only thing there that I don't like about that, and when I say only thing, there are two things. One is AJ Lee is basically a part-timer. Like, she is not there with that title every week.
Yeah.
When Becky Lynch is there every week with that Intercontinental title, right? If AJ Lee wins, it lets Becky Lynch kind of get away from the IC title and get back into the main event scene in the women's division, which she has spent basically the last year with the women's IC title, right? Like, it was last year's WrestleMania, she won the women's tag titles with Lyra Valkyria.
Yes.
And then Lyra had the women's IC title, and then Becky took it off her, and then she's basically had it, right? Like, Becky has basically been for the last year, give or take, the women's Intercontinental champion, albeit, yes, AJ Lee has it now, right? But Becky Lynch has been in that women's Intercontinental title picture basically since last year's WrestleMania. I'm either ready for her to go back to the main event scene or give her the belt back, right? Which I also don't see a lot of stock in the women's Intercontinental title with AJ Lee holding it. And we know what Becky Lynch can do with it. She is very much like John Cena with the U.S. title open challenge, where they used him as like the standard to get new guys in the ring with him. And basically he was like the test for the new guys like coming up. So Becky Lynch can be that with the women's IC title for the NXT stars that are that are getting the call-ups after WrestleMania, because we're definitely going to get some of them at some point, right?
For sure.
You got to give your pick first, man.
I was gonna say for you, but I'll respectfully go.
No, I did the first two.
Yeah,
I gave my first two first, so you can
we'll take it like that. Yeah. Yeah. Good points all across. I am going to say that I'm just going to say AJ, because I think either Becky is looking at the next career move of either going and being away from WWE, or, like you said, probably getting one more, main card, run with the title eventually. But it seems like from what Unreal was saying is that, this is like probably one of her last runs because she's pretty much okay with being at home with her daughter and, being a mom, and, she's starting to settle down. So, is this one of those matches that, we might see her last Mania, if not the last one or two for Becky? So it's like, is this her last title for the mid card? Then we get one more maybe next year in Saudi for her, and then that's it. So I think, because it seems like AJ wants to have more matches with other women. So keeping her in like the mid card will give her more opportunities to have more matches with said women, instead of, her elevating herself to the top, and then it's kind of just very limited who she can go to.
Right.
So if she's going to, and the fact that you were saying her being a part-timer, you won't see her as very often, but if anything, hopefully those will be more quality if she's not there all the time. At least you get, hopefully, quality matches instead of quantity with AJ. So, I'll just go AJ with the win, but
Okay.
I'm not too confident still, but I'm just going to still go AJ.
Yeah, I'm still, no pun, wrestling in my head. Like, this is the one that I'm like really unsure about, and it's crazy because I could care less about this match. Okay.
Yeah.
And for what it's worth, like I feel like the story here has been built. It has been built up to Becky basically getting her comeuppance on AJ Lee at WrestleMania, right? Like it's gonna feel a little weird to me for AJ Lee to just beat Becky Lynch. It's because it's like, wow, Becky just never could beat AJ Lee, really?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can see there is like if somehow, and I hate it because I don't like the idea of AJ Lee with one of the main titles, but like if AJ Lee were to win here and then it's like they're building up AJ Lee to be Becky's like number one arch nemesis, and like we wind up getting them again at WrestleMania next year, but it's for the main title, then you could put Becky Lynch over AJ Lee then. I also tend to agree in that, like, for me, AJ Lee doesn't have a lot of stock feuding with other people without the title.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she almost needs the title, and we know Becky doesn't need the title. Like, Becky can go into the main event scene. Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean,
it is.
all along. Maybe I'll just go. I think I'm just going to go Becky Lynch just to say, like, okay, let's be
This is
like
our 50-50 match.
Let's do opposite picks, and that way
one of us will be happy.
Well, yeah, but at the same
Not
time,
even
like
happy, but yeah,
I don't even care. Like, I just don't even care.
We
like,
haven't really given this any like positive feedback since it's been going throughout this series, so it's like.
Last Monday, I saw them on my screen, and I muted it and put up elevator music on my Spotify. I literally played elevator music. So, like, that's how much I don't care.
That was more entertaining than just watching them. Yeah,
it was more stimulating. I was like, oh wow, this elevator music is actually kind of bouncy. Like, I'm actually enjoying this. I thought I was gonna be like, oh god, this stinks, but it's definitely better than what's on the TV right now.
Like, yeah, I mean, they've just been pulling the same shtick the whole time, and it's like, I've paved the way for, like, again, I've paved the way for this, and Becky is like, yeah, you can't lace my boots and stuff like that, and AJ is like, yeah, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be the man and stuff like that. I paved the way for all your stuff. So it's like, we've heard all those things before. Like, it's like they haven't really put a lot of stock into believing that they like you want to be watching these two, go at it with each other. So it's definitely one of the more difficult ones to get behind. But yeah, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna go with AJ. You'll go with Becky, and
that's fine.
Just hopefully it's a decent match. I don't see it being a bad one, but hopefully it's at least a decent one.
My expectations are I'm gonna be like I'll tell you right now. When was the WrestleMania 40 was Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch, and I was expecting that match to just like really blow my socks off, and it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I was just there was some sort of disconnect there, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not feeling this. I don't have very, very high hopes for it. So
yeah, hopefully, I mean,
I'm hoping
that's one of those matches that, like, okay, it performed a lot better than what we thought.
Yeah, I'm hoping that for quite a few of these here, that being one of them.
Right.
Let's move along here. We have Gunther versus Seth Rollins here.
I think after tonight's promo, I got that much more invested into it to be like, okay, these guys are going to go at it. And, I wasn't one of the ones that was like, oh, why are they fighting and blah, blah, blah. We knew the stipulation of why they got into it. But, after tonight, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a good match.
From a wrestling standpoint, this could totally steal the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it should be Cody and Randy, but it's so convoluted with all of the nonsense, like Pat McAfee Jelly Roll outside stuff that I'm like,
depending on how Cody and Randy go, I would even say it could be match of the night. So
easily. And I will say, all in all, Gunther last week told Heyman, you owe me a favor for taking it. Like, apparently Heyman didn't contact Gunther to do this. Gunther just did this so that he could get a favor out of Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really make sense for Gunther to lose here.
Right.
Because then Gunther gets no favors from Paul Heyman.
And especially since you've had Gunther beating all these other legends, but you're going to have him lose to Seth Rollins right now. So if you want to keep him in that high pedestal, I'm thinking my prediction would be Gunther takes this because Seth still needs to get through Braun. So you can have that match and it still make somewhat of sense, even though he lost to Gunther.
Yeah, and the way you do that is you have Braun Breaker come in and cost Seth Rollins the match. So like that's the only
way.
I know that you're more in the camp of Braun Breakers coming out on Monday Night Raw after Mania. I think he's coming out here.
He could easily come at the end of the match. I think how you just said that. I think if Seth wants to lose to Gunther, that would be the way. I don't see Seth losing just a clean match to it. I think if you're going to have him, start the feud with Braun, that's the only way, is how Braun costing Seth the match, Seth loses, and you get Gunther out of the way, and that gets Braun and Seth to start their thing, and you get them at Backlash.
And you also get Gunther phoning in his favor to Paul Heyman to give him the Brock Lesnar match at SummerSlam. Just a thought.
Yep. There you go.
Just a thought.
Yep. Just plotting.
Just plotting. Plot. We have Stephanie Vaquero defending the Women's World Championship against Liv Morgan.
I mean, I have all high hopes for this one. I mean, if this is one of those matches that had probably the best women's build, and it's just a cluster F of like mess ups and botches, which I would highly be surprised if it just flops. But this has to, deliver on all cylinders with the way that they've been just beating the hell out of each other. Yeah, I'm looking forward to just seeing them both just go at it for, a good like 20 minutes or so.
This is Stephanie Vaquero's first WrestleMania, and she's defending the Women's World Championship.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Crazy
Definitely
to think.
Crazy.
Tough one. I am very excited for this match, just as you are. It is definitely the most appealing as far as like I think this match is going to deliver on all cylinders in the women's division for WrestleMania this year.
I'm pretty,
you feel strongly that you have felt pretty strongly that Liv Morgan is getting this win here, right?
Yeah, and now it's to the point after last week with how Steph just like killed Liv with that the
headbutt
and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I'm at like a 50-50 at this point. Again, I was like totally Liv, definitely Liv. She's getting the upper hand, but Stephanie definitely impressed us all the last like week and a half. So it's like
we saw this match for Mania coming since December. Like like Liv was out, then Liv came back, and it was like Liv Morgan's winning the Rumble. Stephanie Vaquero is taking that title all the way to Mania. We are getting Stephanie versus Liv, and we're here. This match is happening on Saturday. I'm going with Stephanie Vaquero gets the win, and I am saying that is what's best for business because Liv Morgan does not need the win. Stephanie Vaquero needs the win, like to keep her momentum hot.
Yeah, that's my portion to say that Liv doesn't get it because she doesn't need the win as much as Stephanie does.
Nah, she is.
Liv will be Liv because she has a lot more avenues to go down without the title. That doesn't need the title. You got the Raquel stuff. You got the whole Judgment Day stuff that still needs to implode. And
do you think Raquel phones in and costs Liv the match on Saturday?
I would say there's a good chance of that happening because you can definitely take it as Raquel feels that it should be her in that match and not Liv. Because, Liv has cost Raquel a couple times for Steph. For her to be, having the matches with Steph. So, and you can obviously tell that Raquel's been out of the picture and, Roxanne Perez has been her new, bestie. So you can tell, you can put on the fact that Raquel's been like, okay, we've been growing apart, you've been distant, you've been not even really involving me, so blah, blah, blah.
And I feel like creative has done that intentionally so that the fans aren't thinking about it because a lot of the times they are doing this stuff that plants a seed and it's just like the writing's on the wall. I feel like they're trying to have that not be so obvious so that when it does happen, it's like got a little bit more of a wow factor to it.
Yep. And the fact that Liv got Raquel out of the Rumble, it's just she's had a couple things of like, okay, she's putting that in her back pocket, and that would be the best time for Raquel to stick it to Liv by costing her the match. So
at Mania,
if all goes well in that type of a scenario, I'm going to go with Steph.
Okay.
Because
I like it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt Liv if she loses. I think it's only going to make the stuff that's on her end come to fruition, and Stephanie needs to, continue just doing what she's doing because she's been an awesome champion, and it's just going to give her more chances to, have even better matches with a lot more people. And then you could even get the same match again, but with a triple threat with Raquel, Liv, and Stephanie at Backlash, and then maybe you could change the thing over. I
Yep.
don't know.
Yeah.
So yeah, Stephanie Vec here for the win.
I like it. Cody Rhodes is defending the WWE Championship against Randy Orton. If Randy Orton loses, Pat McAfee is gone from WWE, never to be. That in and of itself tells me that Randy Orton is winning this match, because I don't think that
100.
Pat 100. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this match, I don't have, like, this is where we have high expectations for the Liv and Stephanie match, and it's like, oh my God, if something happens and that doesn't deliver, we're going to be heartbroken. If this Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes match actually delivers, we will be thoroughly surprised. Like, just based on, it's like we know that these two can do great work in the ring, and they have just like crushed our hopes of it. I can't take credit for this, but Santi actually said that if Jelly Roll takes out Pat McAfee before the match even starts, to just eliminate Pat McAfee from being around the ring so that they can have that one-on-one match, Jelly Roll is the biggest babyface of the weekend. Because he will have salvaged this match that we've all been looking forward to this whole time. I mean, there's no way that there isn't some screwy interference during the match.
They're going to have to set up their Backlash match, because you can obviously tell that's going to be the tag match for Backlash. So yeah, I definitely expect Jelly Roll to get involved on Cody's end, and him and Pat, have at it outside of the ring to get Pat out of Randy's hair. But yeah, when it comes down to Randy and Cody, I expect them to put on a stellar match, because, like you said, that they have the ability to do that for sure. So it's the matter of, I just hope we don't get more of Jelly Roll and Pat, like, trying to, not interfere, but like kind of add to the excitement of it. Just let Cody and Randy do their work. Have Jelly Roll and Pat like have their own separate thing, but kind of, doing some screwy stuff here and there. But don't give them the upper hand, being like, oh, the only reason this happened was because of the other two. Randy and Cody have their own ways of determining who's going to win this match.
It just feels very WrestleMania 41, Cody versus John Cena, and you have Travis Scott coming out, and it's like it totally ruined the WWE title match for WrestleMania. And then, they're going to run Cody versus Randy Orton at SummerSlam, and it's going to be this excellent match. Like, how are you going to follow the same format back-to-back years like that?
Yeah, can't do
that. Is go that. I mean, they can, and it's going to irk my soul if they do this.
And we'll be here.
We will be here.
We will,
and I will tell you, that shit is going to irk my soul.
Yeah, we're going to stamp that.
I'm telling you,
you can't, run back. Well, like you said, they can. But you can't run back two bad ideas back to back year after year. But again, they probably will. But if that's the way that they're thinking of, like, do the WrestleMania thing, see how that goes, and then do Backlash, and then run that all the way to SmackDown, or run that all the way to SummerSlam. But if we have to see Pat and Jelly Roll throughout the summer, and Cody and Randy just chasing, it's going to be abysmal.
I think Jelly Roll needs to go off the top rope at Backlash and just absolutely crush Pat McAfee, break his ribs, cancel the Pat McAfee show for about 4 months.
Just have him in a wheelchair for about 4 months.
Yep.
No strap and, in the cast and everything. I will watch every day for that. Just to keep kayfabe alive.
He can't even talk. He has to go Stephen Hawking and just like punch it in over it.
F you, Jelly Roll. Like,
Yeah. All right, that'll wrap up the Saturday night one WrestleMania predictions on our end. Let us start flying through night 2 here by first talking about the opener in Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. Man,
I mean, it's a quite the thing to give them the opener and have everybody be able to see it. Like, especially, it's going to be on ESPN, but it's like, give everybody what they want and then pull them in for the rest of the show. I get it. But, knowing that this is probably the biggest match of the weekend that everybody is like woken up about, why would you put that as the opener? But then again, I get it because you want to start off with a bang, just like how you want the Usos to be going over the Vision. You want, a good babyface starter. So, you want Oba to be just overpowering Brock. So, it's going to just be, quote unquote, from our good friend JR, it's going to be a slobber knocker.
100%. I gotta say, our hearts are in on Oba Femi winning this match.
Yeah.
I am going into this match expecting Brock Lesnar to squeeze out a win somehow, some way, because I don't feel like his retirement match at SummerSlam will feel as special or important if he loses to Oba. I really want Oba Femi to win here, and I will say
I really do too.
If Oba wins, I won't care about the rest of WrestleMania.
If he beats Brock clean,
I don't
match
care
of the
about the
week.
rest of the weekend. Yeah, match of the year.
And if he just squashes Brock Lesnar, match of the week.
I'm gonna scream like a girl. I don't even care.
Yeah, man. If it's just Oba just demolishing Brock, it is going to be number one for the week, without a doubt.
I think that it being on ESPN, your casuals tuning in that know Brock Lesnar from UFC, Brock Lesnar is not getting crushed. It's not going to be a squash. I would expect the match to go about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of long for a Brock Lesnar match. I think his WrestleMania 33 match with Goldberg was 8.5, and that match was a car crash.
Literally.
So I would expect it to be on that level, of car crash, but it's not Bill Goldberg. It's Oba Femi. And this is going to be one of Brock Lesnar's final matches in his wrestling career. I think it's going to be something we're going to be talking about for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, if you got 2 more Brock matches, WrestleMania and SummerSlam, I'm coming on the same fence as you that, one of those he has to win, one of those he has to lose. And if we're thinking on tracking back, if Gunther is, going to Paul Heyman to say, I want Brock at SummerSlam, Gunther would be the one, putting Brock away. But,
or he doesn't. And we get Oba winning here. And then Brock Lesnar wins his retirement match and just says,
see ya.
I'm out of here. And Gunther.
Then you can say that obviously he beat the legend killer Gunther, he's
the career killer, and then
career
he's
killer.
no longer.
You can't kill my career in a way.
Yeah.
If it's like Gunther or Oba beating Brock, I would definitely, obviously, put my money towards Oba, because it's just been, demolish. But, yeah, something just tells me, like, I hope we don't get Oba taking the L, because, like, after that, like, if you're, they've been boosting him up so much over these last couple months. So how are you going to make him, like, lose that quick? Knowing that he's so fresh, you can argue the fact that it's not going to hurt him because he still has so much of a career. But then again, this will always be stamped on him that he couldn't get that win. If he gets this win, this will only excel the rest of his career. He was one of the ones that beat Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Not many people can say that. So he was one of the ones that beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, who has beaten Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania? Roman did at 38.
Mm-hmm.
Seth did at 35 when we went.
Yes.
Drew McIntyre did at COVID 36.
COVID. So it's been done, but
not
by
many
this,
times,
and not by this, type of dude. You can argue that, Drew and Roman kind of being somewhat on the same strength structure as Oba, but not like the, strength and power of Oba. I keep Jesus.
Oba Femi.
No. Obama Femi.
Yeah.
Oba.
I love it.
Just not the strength and power of Oba, so I can't not put my thing in for Oba winning this. I'm just going all in.
I'm glad that you are, and I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the prediction. It's not what my heart wants to happen, but I just it kind of feels like they're gonna just find a way, even if it's like a stupid roll-up pin.
Yeah,
I will hate it to pieces. It's not going to be like Oba Femi is down and out. They're going to make it look like he just barely squeaks out this pinfall.
Yeah,
right?
Because if you're going to let Oba win, you can't let him lose clean. So it's like you got to, like, a roll-up or something, just caught off guard, a rookie losing by a rookie mistake. So in some type of fashion, like, I just took my, eyes off the, thing for a minute and I lost. You got the better hand. So it's not like you overpowered me and blah blah blah. Like, it's just gonna be whoever's gonna mess up first.
Right.
But yeah, my prediction is Oba gets it.
I hope
ultimately it would be crazy if it's like just a dominant Oba, but I think it's gonna go back and forth for a little while. But yeah, I would like to hope that Oba gets this.
Yep. Next up on the first hour of ESPN proper. Yeah, I think that's what they were calling it tonight. Like just ESPN, like OG ESPN.
Yeah.
6-pack ladder match here. Dragon Lee, Rusev, Rey Mysterio, JD McDonough, Penta, and Javon Evans. I am super looking forward to this match, I will say.
This is going to be awesome.
This first hour of like the pre-show that's on ESPN is going to be my favorite hour of the whole show. Like I can't like my favorite two matches back to back, because I don't see anything else where I'm like, oh yeah, these two matches in a row are going to have me on the edge of my seat like these two, right?
Yep. Agreed.
They did have Rusev standing tall in the ring on Raw tonight, just like
yes,
worth noting.
Which I'm like, you can't fake me on that one. Like just the fact that I know Rusev's just like the oddball out, but him being the one in the middle of the ring, like, you ain't pulling that one on me, dudes. I definitely don't see Rusev winning this because he's just definitely the oddball out in this.
If anything, it just shows like he will demonstrate a good amount of power in the match, so it's not just a bunch of jumping beans all over the place. Like, you're not just getting high flying the entire time. You need Rusev to come in to slow down the pace of the match a little bit and just put people on the ground, throw them out of the ring, throw them through the commentator table, like just ways to get people to be able to breathe, take a nap, and do something, like just chill out for a minute.
Definitely in a way, like, don't sleep on Rusev because he can definitely turn the tables really quick if you're not aware, but I don't see him winning. Ultimately, I would love to see Penta retain. That would be amazing. Trying to think with everybody in there. We got Penta, Javon, Mysterio, Donna, Rusev, and who's the sixth?
Rey Mysterio?
I said Rey.
It's Dragon Lee, Rusev,
Dragon
Rey
Lee,
Mysterio.
that's the last one.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to say Penta retains.
That's where I'm leaning. I feel like he's won it too recent to just lose it in this ladder match. Like, I don't know. Like, it just feels like, okay, what are you going to do with Penta then?
Right.
Right. Obviously, like, he has stuff he can do in AAA.
And it doesn't hurt anybody else losing. Him winning just skyrockets him. And, none of the other guys, if they're losing, it's not going to hurt them.
Everyone else is going to show up and show out in this match, right?
Yeah. Definitely getting Javon hitting a lot of his spots. Him losing is not going to hurt him. He's young. He's still got a lot to prove. So him being the high flyer, spot momentary things, that'll be good for him until he proves himself to, be getting some good quality matches and stuff. But yeah, looking at that, I'll definitely go Penta retains. It's going to be, a tough match for him, but he's kind of the one that wanted this match anyway. So, I'll say Penta retains.
I think it's the right time, and for Penta to be able to say, I won that 6-pack ladder match at WrestleMania, like that's something that's going to go a long way with him, right?
Yep. Definitely.
If Penta were not to retain, like we're both going to predict Penta retains.
Mm-hmm.
Who would you want, or who do you think would win if it's not Penta?
I would think either the safe bet would probably be Mysterio, but I'm thinking either Dragon Lee or Javon.
Yeah. And the only reason I'm a little leery of Dragon Lee is just because he doesn't have great promo work.
Yeah.
I think Javon is special.
Definitely.
I also just think it's kind of early for him. I know it's early for Oba Femi, but look at the guy. He's Oba freaking Femi, dude.
Yeah.
It's early It's early for Trick Williams too, but he's got the Riz, dude. He's got it, right?
Yeah. That's why I kind of said with Javon, that they have him in there for his spots and everything. Not necessarily I think that he's going to win, but if you didn't have Penta winning, I would think that would jump up Javon's, chances by a little bit more.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to say the same for the sake of it now. Let's let's move along here.
Mm-hmm.
We got Sami Zayn with the United States Championship defending against Trick Williams. All I gotta say is get Sami Zayn. I mean, if he's supposed to be like making us feel very cringe when he's on the mic, he's doing great
He's
because
doing the job.
I can't stand Sami Zayn on the mic now. So
I'm ready
for the double turn Sammy heel, make Trick. I mean, Trick doesn't really even have to do anything other than like just don't dog the home crowd when like wherever you are, right? And you're fine. Change nothing else, and you're good.
Yeah.
Love
All in all.
Love Lil Yachty with him. I do think Trick Williams is going to have the best entrance of the weekend. So
yeah, it'll be fun.
I am stoked for that one.
I'm looking forward to hearing the whole crowd being like, "Whoop that Trick!" It's gonna be a good time.
It's gonna be bold, and I can't wait to hear them going, "Oh, but who?" Right?
Yeah.
Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's Championship.
Like I said, the build's just been meh. So definitely another one of those matches where I'm like, don't care. But I still feel the same way as what I did. Jade needs to win this much more than Rhea. So if they want to continue this, Jade's got to win. So I'll say, you're obviously going to get Meechin and B-Fab in there. Does Io help out Rhea?
Or does
Quite possibly.
Or does she accidentally cost her the match?
Yes. So I'm going to say, because my thing would just, obviously a lot of people would probably say Rhea. But again, I think she's just like Liv. She doesn't need to win the belt to keep herself relevant. She's good even with or without the belt. But Jade obviously needs to retain that because she hasn't been doing much with it anyway. So I would like to see her keep that so then it either gets passed to Bianca or Naomi when that time comes.
Yeah, I think Bianca Belair is coming out to confront Jade Cargill after this match. Like, I think Bianca Belair is coming out at Mania. Give it to us. We're going to get Braun Breaker on Saturday, and we're going to get Bianca Belair on Sunday. Like, yeah.
If anything, with a lot of these builds, if they've been lackluster because we're getting just a lot of big moments at Mania, cool. You've been trolling us the whole time and just waiting for the big moments at Mania. Fine. But I would say Jaden is definitely win this and, sell it to the point where it's like she deserves to be, champion, because right now it's just been like lackluster. So
yeah. The Demon, Finn Balor, is beating Dominic Mysterio. Enough said?
Enough said.
Okay.
Looking, I'm not kidding.
I'm not either. That's why I said enough said.
I'm looking forward to the Demon entrance. Looking forward to all that. Little Anth is stoked for it. We showed him like the pictures and everything. So like, this is like something that me and Mom have been looking forward to. We haven't seen him in a while, so it'll be cool to show Anthony that. I'm not sure if he'll probably be up that late on Sunday, but we'll probably show it to him that Monday morning. But yeah, enough said. Finn Balor, the Demon, beats Dom.
Easy. Cool. CM Punk is defending the World Heavyweight Championship against the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns.
Let's get into this. What's your take?
Yeah. I think that there is a lot more to be done with keeping the belt on CM Punk. I think that you had Braun Breaker in position to win the Royal Rumble. Well, actually, they barred him from the Rumble, which meant he was supposed to probably win the Chamber, right? we were supposed to be getting Braun Breaker winning the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania from CM Punk. So I just feel like there's like we're getting I feel like we're gonna wind up getting CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker in a triple threat at some point. Like, writing's on the wall for that. Yeah, you have Braun Breaker coming back to go after Seth Rollins individually.
Yep.
I mean, the vision with Braun Breaker and Logan Paul and Theory, they can start getting back to the original plan, albeit, yeah, Bronson Reed is actually, I don't know what did he have? Torn bicep, torn tricep.
It was.
I think it was
somewhere in the stomach or something, either a groin muscle or.
I'm gonna look it up real quick. Just chat for a second.
It was something along those lines. Just something that he pulled, and it was like a bad pull. But yeah,
it's a torn bicep.
Torn bicep, or yeah, that was Bronson Reed. Torn bicep. I thought
Braun Breaker.
we were...
Braun Breaker was a hernia, like a herniated disc.
That was the H word.
Yep.
Yeah. So hernia for Braun Breaker, torn bicep for Reed. So,
so Reed's going to be out for.
He's going to be out for a little bit
till SummerSlam, probably.
At least for sure. But yeah, Braun. I mean, if he's cleared, definitely coming sometime this weekend. But yeah, I'll take the same way that there's more stock for CM Punk to hold on to the belt and keep it going, and giving him his straps, than Roman getting it back. Because again, you can have a lot of his problems, no matter if he has the belt or not.
Yep.
Because it seems like they're building up for some more bloodline stuff to come into the fact.
Easily.
And again, Roman doesn't need to have the belt in order for a lot of that stuff to implode eventually. So we saw Solo Sikoa on Raw tonight with the MFTs. So he's obviously getting in the way of the Usos, and the Usos are talking to him. So a lot of the bloodline people are starting to interact again, which obviously leads to that they're going to have something again with the bloodline, starting to interact with a lot of the families. So yeah, they're going to need Roman to, be in the middle of that, whether he has the championship or not. I think you can definitely have Punk beating him, going on to face whoever. But yeah, if you're looking at Roman going back to, deal with his family issues.
He's going on vacation after Mania anyway. Like,
yeah, he'll have his time off and then let a lot of that stuff brew, and then he'll come back and be on the bloodline family issue stuff.
Overarching prediction: do we get The Rock at WrestleMania on Sunday? Yes or no?
No.
Do we get him on Monday Night Raw after Mania?
I would say there's probably a better chance of that on Monday than Mania.
Okay.
But I'd still probably say no at this point.
Yeah. I mean, if we're betting men,
no, it doesn't seem like it. I mean, there hasn't really been any other than what CM Punk has been saying, but there hasn't been any, type of Easter egg things that there might be some retaliation from that or receipts coming. But you never know. We could get something coming on that.
Yeah,
but my chances are that doesn't happen.
I just want to say, did you see the opening vignette with Roman Reigns before Monday Night Raw started?
No.
Like at the very beginning of Raw. Raw opened Roman this big pre-tape message about CM Punk is a hypocrite, and in the main event of Raw tonight, he's going to expose the truth to everybody
Yeah, I
about
didn't
CM
see
Punk.
that.
But you did see the end,
Mm-hmm.
the ending segment, and I was like, are these guys going to make out yet or what? Like, come on.
Yeah,
I'm
again,
like,
it was just like, just a bunch of like back and forth talk. Like,
toxic.
we've
Yeah.
toxic.
Yeah.
We've had all the brawls and we've had all this stuff. So it's like, we need to cool this down and just let them talk it out. But, you're trying to sell the match into the coming weekend, and nobody wants to see just a talking battle. They want to see them, brawl out. But we've had them. How many more times can you do that? So, yeah, I mean, chances are Roman might win. But I got to agree with you. I think there's a lot more benefits keeping the belt on CM Punk, because there's a lot more coming to Roman outside of him being a champion or not.
Yeah. Man, wouldn't it be crazy? Wouldn't it be crazy if CM Punk goes out on Monday night next week and says, I beat the tribal chief, to all the bloodline, I'm here for you. Roman put out his message.
I am your daddy.
A what? I am here whenever, and just Jacob Fatu's music hits. I would absolutely lose it. Well, because like I said, what are we doing with Jacob Fatu once Drew McIntyre's gone?
Drew. Yeah.
Well, there is the whole who kicked his teeth in. Like, maybe they just never pay that off because they like to just assume that the audience forgets about all these things. Right? I don't know. And we are looking forward to WrestleMania. This is like our Super Bowl every year.
It's finally here, folks. WrestleMania week is here.
Despite the build having been not great, nowhere near great, except for Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, and Stephanie Vaquero, Liv Morgan.
I would say if it wasn't for those two, it'd just be like, it would be hard to get through this match prediction tonight, because it's like, don't care, get me to this one, get me to that one. I would definitely say that this has probably been the most controversially non-exciting builds over the last couple of weeks to a WrestleMania, leading into WrestleMania in a long time.
Yeah, well, I think
there's a lot of things that you can speculate with it. The fact that they're going to Vegas for the second time in a year, they had the TKO stuff, and creative and all this other stuff, like the celebrities. There's a lot of things that can go down to saying how it's just irritating to a lot of people, but we were all hyped a couple weeks ago, but now it's like, all right, just get me to the matches.
Yeah, I'm still gonna go into it and be hopeful.
Yeah, same.
That I'll just say, I remember how WrestleMania ended night 2 last year and how deflated that I felt. I just hope that we get some crazy ending to night 2 that's got us holy cow, that is absolutely.
Yeah.
If Obafemi wins, like we said, could care less about the rest of it, because whatever else happens, okay, it'll all pan out one way or another.
Definitely.
If Brock Lesnar wins, we have to have some it would have to be The Rock showing up and us being like, oh man, they really are setting up for The Rock and Roman in Saudi next year. Oh my God, it's happening.
It's
finally.
Happening.
Yeah.
Finally.
Thank you. That. And let's get this one wrapped up. I know you got to get up early.
Yeah, I got to get up for work early in the morning. Then we got some pre-kindergarten stuff to do with little Anth tomorrow, so I got to be at work early so I can get out early. So,
cool.
Yeah, but guys, this has been the One Set Podcast. If you're here watching for the first time, thank you all, and make sure you guys are subscribing, liking, following us all on social media, on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and right here on YouTube. Make sure you're hitting that notification bell. Give us a subscribe so you can be notified when we go live on Monday nights right after Raw, talking about some Raw and SmackDown, and we'll, just like tonight, we, give our match predictions for each of the PLEs, and, taking some of your suggestions. So we're kind of dipping more into the wrestling field, going into this, first half of the year, giving this a little bit more of a try and putting more emphasis into our wrestling talks. So, and if you guys want to hang out with us outside of our episodes, we have a great community page. And Jim, let us know where they can go.
That is the Facebook group, the number One Set Fam. Again, that is the number One Set Fam on Facebook. Come hang out with us. WrestleMania all week. We each got a post out this morning, which I was getting ready to post one, and I saw you post one. I was like, man, we were doing this ish.
We were just stoked this morning. So
yeah.
We're getting a lot of good stuff coming from people. Everybody's stoked for WrestleMania week. So if you were a wrestling fan, you gotta be in that group chat and join the conversations this week. We're gonna be in and out of it all week, asking you about WrestleMania, favorite moments.
And next week we're gonna be talking about WrestleMania Fallout, the Raw after WrestleMania, the SmackDown the week after WrestleMania.
Yep,
we're gonna be all over that. Like white on rice.
It'll be another big episode next week. We'll, like you said, like Jim just said, we're going to give our post show predictions. We're usually not on after the PLEs, but usually we'll be on X or Twitter, giving a couple posts out and stuff. So if you guys are on X, you can follow us at One Set Pod on there, and tweet at us. I'm not sure if you even call it a tweet anymore on X, but whatever you do to post and just tag us and stuff. And like we said on our group page, but even here, if you guys are decked out in your WrestleMania gear this year or any type of WWE gear, post it, tag us One Set Pod, and we'll share it on our pages. We'd love to see all the gear that you guys are in for the WrestleMania weeks. But yeah, we got to get out of here. So thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all next week, and happy WrestleMania week. Hope you guys enjoy the PLEs and all the good WrestleMania talk and all wrestling that's going on this week. So this has been the One Set Podcast. And, dude, love you. We'll see you next time.
Love you too, bro. All the love to you. Until next time.